They say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the truth. Hands in the air for the ones who carry the proof. Yeah. Grandma's hands, cocoa brown, turning collars into crown. Kitchen stories, hush, hush, pain, turn that sugar out of blank. Gold hoops knock on bedroom wall, Kente print on Sunday shawl. Say my name in every prayer, big like smoking southern air. Blacker the berry, bigger the crown. We rise up slow, but we don't bow down. From black hair, black roots in the ground, to the base of our hearts, that heavy sound. Blacker the berry, sing it out loud. Every shade, every scar, so proud. If they ever try to write us out, we incarnate with the anthem now. 3. Yeah, we on. Papa Cork set the scene. Gold glass, big dreams. Little hood still pristine. Laugh lines where lipstick sheen. Secrets fizz when we sit down. High heels, low-key crown. Spilled tea, still hold it down. Toast up, level up now. Champagne secrets, sip, savor, spill it. Grown and sexy, talk that talk, but we are when we feel it. Champagne and power, glow in the midnight hour. Little hood, whole lot of class, we gon' cry and laugh louder. Slow pour, let it ride. Real talk, no disguise. Bad days, but we still thrive. Soft heart, hard-earned pride. I'm in a big bag, big piece too. Pray first, then make moves. I'm blessed, self-love in every view. Hit play, it's a new you. I'm chosen. Champagne secret, sip, savor, spill it. Grown and sexy, talk that talk, but we are when we feel it. I'm healed. Champagne and power, glow in the midnight hour. Little hood, a lot of class, we gon' cry and laugh louder. Picking down, move right. Deep breath, slow sound, champagne. Secrets out now, I'm ready. Picking down, move right. Breath, slow sound, champagne. Secrets out now, I'm ready.
Hey girl,
Hey girl,
what you doing?
nothing much.
Get dressed.
For why?
Because we're going to the city. I need a little sip, savor, and spill.
Let's toast.
What you got going on tonight?
Can't call it. Owning the night. What you getting into?
Empress down in the city tonight. I'm feeling like champagne.
Let's toast.
The content you are about to indulge in may contain high levels of truth, sarcasm, and emotional damage. Viewer discretion is advised, but honestly, you clicked, so here we are.
Side effects of watching may include sudden clarity about your life choices, uncontrollable laughter at inappropriate moments, mild to severe eye rolling at ignorant comments in the chat, increased confidence, boldness, and I said what I said energy, or getting read like a hardcover novel with highlighted notes. Your bad take being turned into tonight's entertainment. A free personality evaluation you didn't ask for, but clearly need needed and temporary embarrassment followed by permanent self-reflection, optional, but recommended. Do not consume if you are allergic to accountability, growth, hearing the truth without sugarcoating. If symptoms of being triggered persist, log off, hydrate, and try again tomorrow. By continuing to watch, you agree that your feelings may or may not be spared, and that's between you and your Wi-Fi.
Management will not be issuing apologies, refunds, or emotional support for bruised ego.
We do not argue here. We educate, escalate, and occasionally decorate the situation with a little razzle-dazzle, respectfully.
Stay classy, stay sassy, and remember, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Either way, the glass stay full and the tea stay hot. You either handle it or get handled. Can you handle it? Let's toast.
Silk on my skin.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody strap in! I'm about to open some fucking windows. Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help!
Here we go again.
Yeah. We ain't even ready to get there yet. We ain't even ready. Champagne Gang, FizzFam, Confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City. Baby, come on in, come on in. Let's get the show started because we got a full one on tonight. This is your first time here. Hi, I'm the Empress, and you are joining me for grown discussions and bubbly banter. Baby, over here, we give classy with a twist, huh? A little clink with chaos with a side of charm. So if you're ready to sip, savor, and spill, baby, grab your favorite glass of bubbly. I don't care if it's sparkling water. Grab your charger. Make sure it's nice and close. Make sure you're nice and comfy. Fellas, your PJs. Ladies, your jammy jams. Say hi to a few people in the chat because we friendly over here. And let's get ready to get into the show. But first, we need to get into this positivity and these affirmations. So, everybody, grab your things and tings. Come on in. Make sure you have your glass and raise it high in the air. Tonight, we're talking about open your eyes. Tonight, see clearly. Not just what's in front of you, what's been in front of you the whole time. Because sometimes the blessing isn't missing, it's familiar. Sometimes the answer isn't hidden, it's been waiting patiently while you're looking everywhere else. Y'all, my audio just went out. You see how the devil act? You see how the devil act? Hold on, let me flip it back. Sometimes the answer isn't hidden. It's been waiting patiently while you looked everywhere else. Open your eyes to how far you've come, to how much stronger you are than the version that first began, to the quiet progress that didn't make noise but changed everything. You've been growing in ways that don't always announce themselves. That still counts. Open your eyes to patterns that no longer deserve a place in your life, to people who only value you when access is easy, to habits that keep asking you to return to smaller versions of yourself. You see differently now, and once you truly see, you cannot pretend blindness again. Open your eyes to your value, to your options, to the fact that you are not stuck, only being invited to move forward. There is more available to you than fear has been willing to admit. So tonight, no ignoring red flags because loneliness gets loud. No overlooking your gifts because comparison gets noisy. No missing open doors because you're staring at closed ones. Lift your gaze, baby. Trust what is being shown. Honor what is becoming obvious. Now say it with me. I see clearly, and clarity guides my next move. I recognize my growth, and I honor how far I've come. I release what is obvious and welcome what is aligned. I got it because I can finally see it. And tonight, I open my eyes and watch the whole world change when I do. And if you feel that deep down on the inside, baby, lift that glass in the air. Let's toast. And for all of you who decided to come into my beautiful city with hell in your heart and hellion decisiveness in your brain, baby, I just want to let you know over here in the Champagne City, baby, we don't do no trolls. Ha! Troll busters on patrol.
Yeah. Whole squad on patrol. Where they at? Point them out, that troll. Troll busters on patrol. Hey, hey, hey! Troll busters on patrol, troll patrol. Clamp down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click clap, log them out, fold that troll. Whole chair, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll! Troll busters on patrol, troll patrol. Yeah, big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Roll it, cap lock, drag them out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You type to little mole that troll. Live in my crib, little bowl cut troll. Grease on your keys, little old stain troll. Bridge so hot, screen cold from the troll. You a bridge bottom, did water troll. Wi-Fi weak, one bar in your soul. Profile pic, just an egg on a pole. Whole existence on whole set troll. Same fake pages, same lame troll. Catfish filter, can't say that troll. Talk big game, but you fold like a scroll. We just laugh, hit mute on the troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Clamp down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click clack, log them off, fold that troll. Whole chat, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Cap lock, drag them out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You a damn rock, mouse grown troll. Little dust mite off brand troll. Fry oil hair, little egg roll troll. Keyboard chrome, snap pad troll. You a bad seat, no roll troll. Big talk, zero gold troll. DM tough in the street so cold. See us live in your spine, made a jello troll. You a trash bag, half torn troll. We a whole squad, patrol that scroll. On the fly swatter, you the mad ass troll. She the boot heel, flatten that troll. Go home, go home, troll. Whole room, yeah, log off troll. Log off. Home, go home, troll. Whole room, yeah, grab troll. Troll busters is on patrol, troll patrol. Slam down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click clack, log them off, fold that troll. Whole chat, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll busters on patrol, troll patrol. Yo, big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Cap lock, drag them out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls.
All right, Champagne Gang, come on in. Let's get ready to get into the show. Absolutely right, Niecy. We don't do no trolls. We ain't doing that. Not tonight, not tomorrow night, not the night before, not a night in the future. Not no. But let's get ready to get into it, because today I was on the internet working on a show for tonight, and a tragedy popped up on my screen, and this tragedy took place in Shreveport, and I want to get into it on today. And this is one of the reasons why I keep telling y'all over and over and over again that our babies are in trouble. When I received this story, I actually was sent it by my sister. And as soon as she sent me the story and I saw the heading, I texted her and I said, you know what? I am so sick. I am so sick and tired of these stories. I said, and it's probably one of they trifling ass parents that did it. This was before I saw the story, heard anything about what was going on. All I knew was 8 kids had perished. I need y'all to stop for a moment and really let that digest and sit within your spirit. 8 children gone at one time between the ages of 1 and 14. So we're going to get into that story on today. We're also going to get into the story that I ran into. This is a story that's about 3 years old, but it's now coming back again, of Tiera Strand, a young lady who went out with her friends. I keep telling y'all, these friends, y'all better check y'all friendometer gauges. Apparently, somehow she got separated from her friends. I just don't understand this new age concept where y'all leave together but don't come home together. That was an unwritten rule for us. When we were younger, if we went out anywhere, we leave together, we come back together. If one go to the bathroom, we all go to the bathroom. If one got to go step out to take a call, we all going. What do you mean friends are not making it back home with friends? Makes no sense to me. Takes me back to the story that we covered of the young ladies who were almost kidnapped in Cartagena. And the one young lady said she had to fight because there was no way she could go back to her friend's family and tell them, we made it back, but your daughter didn't. So all the 3 of them fought with everything that they had to make sure all 3 of them girls got out of that car. Come on now. So we're going to get into it. We're also going to get into some updates with Ashlee Jenae. Y'all know we went over the David case. I'm still perplexed that they have arrested this man and they don't have no evidence to charge him with a crime. I'm just completely flued out. We're gonna get into it. I wanted to be able to drop the stories because y'all know I like to do a show. It's a me thing. And then we're going to hop off of this live. You'll see there's another live created. And we're going to hop on that live and hop in the panel because I want to hear what you guys think about all of these stories. So let's get ready to get into it. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Our first story is going to be this story on Tiera Strand. So let me move my little Joker's wild text. Hold on. All right, so here's the timeline of events for anyone who's not familiar with this story. April 14, 2023, this was her last contact with her mother, Monica Herron, when Tiera mentioned going out with friends on 6th Street. The 16th in the early morning, she was at Moose Knuckles Pub, 406 East 6th Street, with friends around 2 a.m. She was involved in an altercation inside the club with other patrons. Some girl beat her up, allegedly. She was kicked out and the fight continued outside. Some of her green braids were pulled out and left on the pavement. Now, at this point, I really want to know where her friends are. Did y'all stand by and watch this happen? Did you try to intervene? Because, y'all got some trash friends these days. Y'all are the equivalent of what they tried to warn us about when we were younger, when they used to tell us, friends don't let friends drive damn drunk. Y'all let friends drive drunk. Y'all let friends get into fights with ninja assassins, with cartel, with just anybody, just so that y'all can say y'all was by y'all friend back. You had y'all friend back. Y'all have a very twisted sense of loyalty. Somehow in your depraved mind, someone has you confused to believe that loyalty means that I have to agree with everything that you say, or I have to stand behind you or back you in everything that you say or do. Otherwise, I don't care about you and I'm not loyal. No, baby, I'm the kind of lawyer that's gonna look you in your face and tell you to get your ass somewhere and sit down. You doing too much. Yeah. I'm not gonna allow you to have both of us in a situation on purpose by accident. No, ma'am. No, thank you. No, sirree, Bobby Jr. So I really want to know where her friends were when this was going on. Angry and wanting to cool off, she stormed off along without her phone. Oh, Lord. So explain to me, because this is the story that they giving. She was so mad that she left without her phone. Who had it? So y'all let her storm off and nobody followed her. I don't care. Let me tell y'all something. I met my biological brother for the first time in Vegas at a friend's house. He drove from LA to meet me in Vegas. And he wanted to step out to have a conversation. We stepped out to have a conversation. Do you know after a few minutes, my friend came outside to make sure everything was okay? Because even though this is my brother, I don't know him and she didn't know him. So she wanted to make sure, even with my biological brother, that I was safe. What do you mean she stormed off to cool off and y'all just let her? And she didn't have a phone, didn't have a purse. Did not one of her friends look at her and say, I don't care how mad you are, scream, cuss, or whatever, but I'm going to be right here with you. Get over yourself. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all don't have those kind of friends. I keep telling y'all, Mo3 told us best, everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. Surveillance video shows her separated from the group around 2 a.m.-ish. Around 2:19, she was last seen alive on video walking with an unidentified man, now the person of interest. They walked back and forth on 6th Street until about 2:41 a.m. when they entered the parking lot of Wendy's at 7th Street and I-35. Her friends tried to find her that night but couldn't. A call was received on her phone around 3:30 a.m., answered by friends who had her belongings. Still don't understand this concept. April 21st, a passerby discovered her body in the grass ditch alongside 1300 block of Berger Road, also referred to as Lower Troy Road, north of Temple in Bell County. She had no known connection to the area. Continuing here, autopsy and the cause of death. So a medical examiner performed an autopsy, but the cause of death was ruled undetermined in July 23 due to the body's condition. No significant trauma or natural disease was noted, and there was no evidence of trauma to the hyoid bone. Toxicology showed ethanol, alcohol, but no drugs. Investigators with the Bell County Sheriff's Office believe it was a homicide based on the condition of the body at the scene. I would love to see the autopsy report to see what their determining factor is. No toxicology showed poisoning, showed that she was drugged. There was no evidence of any trauma to the body, no bruises, no anything to the body, but yet there was the condition of the body was a concern. They have a DNA profile associated with the case, but have not been able to identify the person of interest through the database or other means. So far, they hit a technology barrier. Hold on one second. All right, thank you so much for holding. If y'all got y'all medicine, and y'all know what medicine is, it's okay to get medicated tonight because you're going to need it for this show. Trigger warning all the way through. On April 16, 2026, the 3-year anniversary of her disappearance, the Bell County Sheriff's Office held a press conference and publicly released new surveillance and body-worn camera footage. This includes halo camera along 6th Street, Austin PD body-worn cameras, including from mounted officers. So we're going to get into some of that today. The videos show the person of interest with Tiera Strand, the last known person seen with her alive. They also show the POI earlier in the night, 1:30 a.m., approaching groups of women, putting info into one woman's phone at 6th and Trinity, another incident where a woman lunged at him. Okay, so that was the last that I had from that. So now I want to show you guys the press conference. Check this out.
Viral sound bites. AI music is now on Artlist.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bell County Sheriff Bill Cook. Thank you for being here today. We need your help. We need your assistance to disseminate information regarding a death investigation that occurred some 3 years ago. I will let you know that we have several law enforcement agencies that are involved with this investigation. I would just like to read just a few of these that are actively involved with this. The Texas Rangers, the Texas Department of Public Safety, the Austin Police Department, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the U.S. Army with their Criminal Investigations Division, the U.S. Navy with their Naval Criminal Investigation Service, the U.S. Department of Justice, Regional Organized Crime Information Center, and the Bell County Sheriff's Office investigators. Thank you for your attendance today. I'm going to call on Sergeant Corey Powell at this time to brief you on why we are here today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and again, I want to reiterate that I appreciate y'all coming. We are on the anniversary of Tiera Strand's last time we ever saw Tiera. And Tiera was on 6th Street in Austin, Texas. She had gone out, as our media release said, she'd gone out with friends that night, as many people do in Austin, to have a good time on 6th Street. Unfortunately, she got separated from her friends and was last seen with a person of interest, is what we're calling him. We have been working through several of these agencies trying to help us to get this gentleman identified, and all those things to this point have failed. Video enhancement. A lot of those agencies that were listed there have tried with that. And so at the 3-year mark, we are reaching out to the public to see if somebody remembers something that night. And there's a couple of videos that we want to share about this individual. The problem with our videos is that they're of a quality because he's not the direct person that's being video recorded. And so the ability to enhance those images or still shots has been a failure. However, when you look at the videos in their entirety, you start to begin to see a description of him. And so many people may ask, well, why do we have so many military people involved in this? We believe that it is highly likely that he is either in the military or been in the military, just because of actions and things that we'll point out. So, you know, when you go to PIO school, they tell you to be very formal. There's no way to do this and be formal. So we're going to show you some the videos to allow you to ask questions, and then obviously we'll provide those to each of the outlets. But why we're here today is about Tiera. And Tiera's body was found on April the 21st in a ditch north of Temple. And so at that point, I'm sorry, I don't believe anybody deserves to be left like that. And so this person of interest is the last person we know that is with Tiera Strand. So that's why it's very important that we find information out for this person. So again, these are Tiera. The picture on the furthest from me, that was actually taken just days before the 16th. So we're going to start. We're going to slowly go through the night with you as we were able to recover video. We've recovered video from Austin Police Department body-worn cameras. We collected a bunch, and then investigators went through those to find the videos where we could find this person. These videos, the first ones we're going to show you, are pre-contact with Tiera. So this is him down on the 6th Street just interacting. And then we'll move into some other ones as we go. So our first video, and some of them we have to do still shots. So if anybody has ever had any dealings with the halo cams in Austin, Texas, they sit up on poles and they just catch a wide angle. So where you see the red box, that's to give perspective to the video you're going to see. That is the area in which the person of interest is talking to another group of females. So the next one will be our video.
You know, with AI,
you can create any character you want in seconds.
This used to require huge Hollywood budgets.
There should be an arrow to the right. Sorry about that. So over there in that corner, we see him talking in front of the rickshaw driver there. He's talking to those two what appear to be females. And at one point in that conversation, it's a little harder to see on the TV, but when we look at a big screen or a bigger screen, you actually see an exchange where the female hands her phone to him. Obviously, maybe he's putting his phone number in, or, you know, Instagram, something there. So we're hoping that this video would spark finding those two individuals, and maybe they would have some information on him because they have direct contact with him. This is one of the longer videos that we are providing. I will say we provided more to you because we know that you're going to edit, and we didn't want to give you a shortened version to allow you to have the most for but you see, it also gives context to how busy 6th Street is, and this is actually around 2 o'clock in the morning, so everybody's kind of moving off 6th Street going home, so there's a lot of movement. You just go to that arrow over there. So in this next one, this is over on Trinity Street between 6th and 7th. And we see him walking with a group of people there. He appears to be speaking to them, but when they step up on the sidewalk, this is what became interesting to us. You will see the lady in the front, she just kind of lunges at him and her friend's pulling him back. This group of people also would be somebody that we would like to identify and talk with, because there may be some information that they would have for us. So that's those two halos. And then we move to body worn camera. Now this is beforehand.
I just don't understand how the friends don't have more to offer in this situation. That's what happened. This is why when y'all go out, y'all got to keep y'all head on a swivel. Like, for real. For those of y'all who still go party, because some of us still like being in the house. We over it. Because you creatures are weird in 2026. So some of us stay in the house. But for y'all to still go out, y'all better learn how to keep your head on a swivel. Stop getting so drunk that you're not paying attention to what's going on around you. Ever. Not now. Not in this day and age. You can no longer be delusional and out just having fun. No, not today. Niecy said so true. They see death all the time, and we need to understand that it hits them hard too, each one in a different way. Shout out to the caring officers who really care. Absolutely. I'm no longer a fan of gatherings, large ones, inside or out. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to go to this Chris Brown concert, but that's a lot of people in one place. And I just feel like, somebody being foolish, that's their opportunity to decide they want to take out a whole bunch of people at one time. And there I am, gone on purpose by accident because somebody else having a psychological break. Yeah, I'll stay in the house and watch it from TV.
The reason that we're releasing this video is because, again, that video doesn't show a lot, but with all the videos together, you get to kind of see how he walks in that video there. Okay, our next one. Unfortunately, that video there is the best it gets, right? But in that, we saw a couple of things. One, he's wearing glasses that appear to be those that are issued out to United States military members. He's also, you are able to see that he has a short haircut. In that video, we also see that in another one that he wears earrings. So he has both ears pierced. He does look muscular. The longer video that we have, because we can't provide all, because there's not a thumb drive big enough for all the video we got to give y'all. But he actually does what's called a facing movement when he's walking towards the officers, and he actually does that pivoting his arms and makes the turn. That is military. That is military trained right there. So that's why we've enlisted the assistance of the military investigative services. Okay. All right. This one shows that emblem, and we have gone back and forth over that emblem on his shirt, what that is. We're hoping that by showing that emblem, that maybe that two groups of people that had interactions with him, maybe that'll help jog their memory. It has been 3 years, and so maybe that would help them, that stand out to them. Okay.
It's time to start operating like what you already are.
One here, we see him walking with Tiera. So that is Tiera walking behind him there. In that one, we released that one because it shows that he smokes. And what we will tell you is, before Tiera, we do not see him smoking. After he is they are now walking back towards the interstate. He is constantly chain smoking. Okay. Sorry for the horse video, but they actually passed by there. Can we play that one again? Sorry. So you see him and Tiera walking there. She seems to be comfortable at that point with him. At that video, they are actually walking back towards San Jacinto, so they're actually walking away from the interstate. And then the smoking one, they were actually walking back. So the next one is a little closer up of the horse. We need to get gimbals for the horses. Okay. And then our next one, this is the last time we see Tiera. So they're right here. They have just crossed underneath I-35. They walk up onto that sidewalk. She's still walking behind him. He's still smoking. They walk down that sidewalk, and then they walk into the parking lot of the Wendy's. And that is the last time that we have recovered video that shows Tiera Strand alive. So we provided also on the thumb drives we're going to give.
You know, this is really reminding me of the story of Ashlee Robinson. And we still have to get into that. It's just, Lord, so much going on. You can't get to one story because 10 more pop up. But Ashlee Robinson was the young lady out of Milwaukee who went on the first date with a guy that she met. And her body parts washed up the next day in different parts of Milwaukee. On the beach, washed up in Chicago, were found in parks, just dismembered and found all over the city. So we're still going to get into that case, but this reminds me a lot of that. I want to know what in that moment made her so comfortable with this man that she would walk off with him.
Give you today some still shots, the best that we could get, and I'm telling you, they're very. We struggle with them. They're not that great. We haven't been able to enhance them to a point to where we can identify this male. He is a person of interest because there is a time gap. We need to identify him and find out who he is. And we just believe that the public may have some information that can help us. Maybe they saw him, maybe they've seen him at other times down there. The sheriff's office has set up, and we'll also be pushing it out on our social media, but we have set up some ways that the public can reach out to give us tips. One, we have a phone tip line that people can leave a voicemail for us that will go to the investigators so we can evaluate the information that they provided. They can send an email to sheriff.tips at our email at bellcounty.texas.gov. They can submit emails that way to us, tips. And then obviously through the Bell County Crime Stoppers. They have that avenue as always to report tips. We just encourage the public that the smallest information may help us. I tell people all the time, being a detective is putting puzzle pieces together, and sometimes you just need that small little piece that may help trigger other events to put this all together. That's why we're at a point, we're not going to be able to enhance the video any better. It is what it is, and now it's time to figure out who he is, and hopefully the public can help us with that, and our media partners are the huge avenue to get that message out there. So I know this was a little unconventional, but we'll take questions now. I know you have.
So you said that's the last time she's seen. Do you have any idea of when she might have died between the time she was last seen and the time that she was discovered? Was there any DNA evidence of something else?
So she was.
For those of you who might not be able to read the captions, because the question was asked, when was the last time she was seen? It was asked about the DNA that was recovered as well.
Recovered on Sunday is when we last see her. So April the 16th of 23 was a Sunday, Sunday morning. We don't find her. A citizen finds her on Friday. Her body had been out there for a while. She was in a state of decomposition, which made it a struggle with things. Without going into a lot of case details, we do have a DNA profile. The DNA profile is just not of a quality to place into the national CODIS is what we call it. It's not of that quality that it's CODIS eligible. So finding this gentleman and matching to the DNA profile would be huge, if he's the one. So.
Talk a little bit about some of the difficulties you just mentioned. This is kind of a tricky case because she dumped and then she gets born in April, unfortunately for detectives, and this has not been unsolved for 3 years just because you keep getting to work on it.
Right, and well, obviously, you know, and I've said this before, whodunits are hard cases to solve. Body dumps are hard to solve, and this is a whodunit body dump, right? And we're crossing multiple counties. It's not natural for a woman from Austin, Texas, to end up in Bell County dumped. That triggers the concern, but that decomposition of the body was a struggle in probably finding evidence. We found her because it had rained Thursday night, and the water washed down the grass. The gentleman that found him was going to work. He drives that road every day. And because the water washed the grass down, he was able to see Tiera. So had that deluge of rain not come Thursday the 20th, there's no telling how long Tiera would have been out there. So yes, anytime the longer it goes, the harder it does become a little bit of a struggle. But that doesn't mean that we do have a DNA probe. That is huge. You know, that is a plus. We are still working DNA things. There's new technologies coming on. We have resubmitted to the Department of Public Safety because they are invested in this. The crime lab has, and has reached out and said, resubmit, we have new technologies. So we're always.
So I'll stop it right there. I just wanted to give you guys the gist of the updates that are going on with this case with Tiera. So they're reaching out to the public and asking the public to come forward if they know anything, if they saw anything, if they remembered anything from the night where she was last seen. Let me repeat again, with her friends, who somehow she got separated from. They ended up with her phone, with her purse, and all of her belongings after she got into a fight with someone in the club and was ejected from the club. So maybe she went with this guy because she didn't have a phone and she didn't have a way to get home because she couldn't find her friends. My question would be, how exactly did they get separated? That makes no sense to me. How? One fight, y'all all fight. She was in the middle of something. Y'all should have been either in it with her or separating her from it. One or the other. But how did she get separated? Where she found herself alone with a monster. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think about this whole case with Tiera. The next story that I want to get into is this story that's breaking today. 8 children today were found in a house, massacred, just destroyed, no longer here. 8 children, 8. Ocho. No matter how you say it in your language, 8 children. And again, when I was sent this story, the first thing that I said was, I know it had to be one of their trifling ass parents. First thing that I said, only to find out that the person who perpetrated this crime allegedly was the father to 7 of the children who are no longer here. 8 children. 1 child escaped and was able to get away. That child is going to have to live with the fact that they are the lone survivor of their 8 other siblings. 2 women in the hospital fighting for their lives, last I checked. And I want us to get ready to get into it. There was a press conference held earlier. I did the best that I could to try to enhance some of the audio because some of it was extremely low when the police are talking. But let's get into it.
Love you. Love you too. Hi, this is Brenda Till live at the corner of 79th and Linwood, where tragically 8 children lost their lives in a domestic situation today. And I apologize. Technology here is getting me, but I wanted to just come to you as quickly as I could because if you're like me, you want to know what's going on here right now. And we want to make sure that we get you the very latest information. So let me just give you the basics. Already 8 children tragically killed, and this all started at a home behind me. I'll flip the camera in just a second and show you where that is. Ahead of me that you can't see right now is the home. I have seen a couple of coroners' vans leave in the last few minutes alone. There is still a large police presence. This investigation is going to go on for quite some time. So here's what I do know right now. This started, I'll just turn the camera around for you. And there are, let's see if I can get this going. I apologize. Here we go. Started across the street on Harrison. And apparently the suspect shot a woman there, shot her in the face. And then he came down the street to Linwood and came around this corner to the home, the green home that you can see there in the distance. It is just on the other side of that basketball court, if you can see that in the distance right behind there. And that's where the 8 children were, ages 18 months up to 14 years old, I believe. there was an adult woman in that home who somehow got out of the home and ran to the brown home next door. She called 911 while there and was also shot. She was not killed. She is hospitalized at LSU, Oxnard, LSU, in critical condition. And then from there, the suspect left. He carjacked a person at gunpoint in the middle of the street right here. And police followed that vehicle into Bossier, where they did fatally wound the suspect. So those are the nuts and the bolts. And so there are a couple of people still gathered here. Sam Jenkins is here. Let me talk to him right now. And we're really concerned, lots of concerns about domestic violence. So let's hop in here with me and just talk a little bit about, I'm going to give you the microphone. Okay. And I think I'm just going to flip this around so that you can get the greatest advantage of hearing from Sam Jenkins. Oh, I can't do this. There we go. I can do it. Get this ad. There we go. Flip that around. I apologize. So let's talk about, we've been talking a lot in the news about the concerns of domestic violence. And police have talked over and over again about domestic violence. So talk to us a little bit about this situation and your feelings today.
Well, it's a very tragic situation. Not only affects the city's local community, it affects our entire city. I think one of the things we need to give some consideration to is the fact that someone has a history, and understand that they have a history with the perpetrator, that we are needing to make sure that time is being spent following this individual and treatment being also taken. It's a sad situation, it's a sad outcome, and especially in communities like this feel like it's something that could have been avoided, had someone stepped in and maybe talk with the person who perpetrated this crime. You got all kinds of elected officials who are out here. We're just shocked. We're just really speechless right now. I'm sure that this is a very heavy situation, even for the police officers. I thought some of them, and it's just an emotional situation, even for law enforcement officials that's out here. When you got two families that's been really affected by this whole thing. But you see so many people in the neighborhood that are out here responding, they're saying that we just feel like this is something that hopefully some kind of follow up with some counseling or something like that could happen. We don't need to forget about this neighborhood after today. Because we can make a real something to do with these people. That's going to be some needs that need to be met. I'm sure, unfortunately, that's going to be another barrier that's going to have to take place. This is going to be something that's going to take place.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you want to say something and add to the concerns?
Well, let me just say, state some citizens, as leaders, we can't citizens. We just need to follow up. Even our families, because we know that if God is able, just pray for it.
Right, for sure. And
And y'all, that's just the audio. As we go through this, you're going to hear the audio is going to be up and down. For some reason, their audio is extremely horrible while they were on the scene. So some of the audio of the people that are speaking when they are on the mic, not the reporters, but the people speaking, like the one with the mic right now, is going to be distorted or maybe a little muffled. That's just their audio. My apologies.
Your name again, I apologize.
My name is Quinard, I represent Confidante.
Okay.
It's a tragic moment. But for anything for our community, I think this is a divine moment in time where we really come together as one. Because we know as a community, our foundation is broken. And men, I'm speaking to men right now, men, they have to step into it. Our communities are in shambles. And so when one person is hurting, we're all hurting. So calling our community leaders, calling our elected officials, calling all men within our communities, it's our time to step forward. If we don't, we're going to have more tragic events just like this. It could have been your loved one, it could have been mine, but today is someone else's. So I'm asking all of our men, let's come to the change lives. And like I said, Congressman, he will be giving out a statement very shortly. He is aware of the situation at hand. And we are deeply saddened.
All right. Thank you, Quentin, right? I appreciate it. All right, so this is...
So if you couldn't hear what he said, basically what he was saying is we're calling out all men. Because if the men don't step up to the plate, we're going to continuously see situations like this. And to be honest with you, I think that we're at a day and age and we're at a time where people really need to start reaching out to the men, and men really do need to start stepping up. We used to have something back in the day, the Boys and the Girls Club. We had different programs that were set up for our youth to teach them how to be debutantes, how to be young ladies, how to be young men. What happened to the programs that reach back into the community to teach us, to teach our young people that there's a different way, to teach individuals how to have emotional control? We are in such a day and age, nobody can control, no one has any coping skills. You can't deal with no, you can't deal with I don't want you, you can't deal with I don't want this relationship no more. The minute you hear the word no, you ready to fly off the handle. Did somehow we stop teaching our kids, our families, the value of no? Have we stopped understanding the anointing behind the word no? We don't know how to deal with a no anymore. Back in the day, somebody told you no, it was on to the next. Now I gotta lose my life because I told you no? Kids, parents, strangers, everybody just losing it. Our kids are in danger. It's time out for you thinking these little cute little threats that you be hearing. That is cute. Because everybody thinks it's cute until it's not. Everybody thinks they can deal with crazy until crazy shows up. Ain't no amount of pecker or putty tag worth you losing your life or the lives of your children. Y'all better wake up. I don't know how many times we got to say it, but y'all better wake up. Your life may depend on it. Your life may depend on you making a choice right now. We constantly talk about choice. Choice. Everybody has a choice. Nothing beats a fail but a try. You too scared to move? Baby, call somebody. Call the police. Call your district. Call somebody. I don't know. Your life is too valuable. Your kids' lives are too valuable for you to stay in a broken situation because you think you're powerless to do anything else. Because you think you don't deserve anything else. That's right, Niecy. Protect the children. So, who's gonna protect the babies? They leaving out of here at an alarming rate. This was 8 at a time. Could have been 9. The 9th got away. How can a man look in the face of his flesh and blood and pull the trigger? Not just once, but 8 times. And that's counting if he only shot them once. The baby was 18 months old. What? Let's continue.
What's going on here? Still lots of people, I think, just standing in shock. And there are also family members here of those who were involved in this situation. Families finding out that, that they've lost a grandchild or that they've lost a niece. And so I can't begin to describe it. I see a lot of people with tears in their eyes. And so that's the situation. I will also say that police tell me that there are a couple of families living in the home, that the suspect was father to some of those children. One of the females who was shot is mom to some of the children who lived in the home. And so I will continue to bring you updates right here from the scene. And of course, we will have the very latest for you tonight on KTBS3. So keep it right here. But as soon as I get information, I will bring you updates. So stay close. All right. And I'll keep you updated because just like you, I just don't understand it. I'm sure the police will continue their investigation and give out additional information. There are some rumors out there about the suspect's name, but police say that they are not prepared. They are not confirming any names right now. I did ask for the age of the females who are hospitalized. He's still holding off on that too. Again, while we are curious and want as much information as we can get, at the same time, we want to be respectful for the families who are still finding this out in real time, just like me and you. So yeah, I'm trying to look at some of your comments right now. Yes, absolutely. Prayers for everyone involved. I did find out that while the children were at one point in the Caddo school system, they were attending a charter school. So they were students at a charter school. I have reached out to a couple of the school board members, and their hearts are heavy with the loss of any child. But the children were students at a charter school in the area. And I know the name of the charter school, but it's just not coming to me right now. And I don't want to give you the wrong information here. But this is Brenda Teal, and
And see, that actually adds another layer to this. Because when you stop and think about it, these children had friends. They had people at school, not even just the family. They had other little children who called them friend, who they were close to. Other people are affected by this. So this isn't just these 8 children. That's these 8 children plus all the other children who were connected to them. Now are experiencing loss that they shouldn't have to experience in this way because somebody couldn't control their emotions. Because someone had a God complex and decided, if I can't have my way, you can't have nothing. Y'all better be careful, because some of y'all are sleeping with the enemy. I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. Some of y'all are sleeping with the enemy and don't even know it. Don't even know it. It's a ticking time bomb. Just tick, tick, tick. You don't even see it because your eyes ain't open and you ain't paying attention to it. Just tick, 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 tick. All those little ignorant arguments y'all having over nothing. And you trying to figure out, what is he so mad for? Tick, 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 tick. Every time you try to leave the house and he start tripping, trying to take and hide your keys, hide your purse, or start an argument so that you can have a bad day. Tick, 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 tick. Ticking time bomb. But you're not paying attention to the ticks. Crazy don't just show up. Crazy is always there. We just don't pay attention to crazy because we think we can deal with it. We think we can handle it. Run like hell and don't look back. Don't look back. The heart is a tricky thing. That's why the Bible tells you the heart is deceitfully wicked above all things. Who can know it? Because the heart doesn't have any parameters for which it chooses to fall in love. It just falls in love with whoever you put in front of it. Come on, y'all. 8 babies. 8. And if the mama survives, 8 of her babies are gone. If the mama survives, 8 of them. There's one baby, we don't know how old the baby is. There's one baby that lived, was able to escape. The baby climbed on the top of the roof of the house and jumped down. We don't know how old this baby was. Baby in the hospital suffering with broken bones. And all this baby thinking about is, I gotta survive. At the same time knowing my siblings are gone. 8. You don't even have one to go back to. And you don't know if mama gonna make it.
Going to keep you updated right here on Facebook Live, on KTBS3, and on our website as well. And I'll talk to you in just a little bit. I'll check back in with you in about 30 minutes. If I get any information that I think you might want to know too, I will hop right back in. So, yes, keep this family in your prayers.
Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining into KSLA News 12 Facebook Live. We are here on the West 79th Street shooting. We had to migrate different devices to make sure we keep you all first alert on all things breaking. And right now we are at a tragic situation. We are here on West 79th in the 7800 block of Linwood Avenue, where a heavy police presence is here. What we can confirm from Shreveport police is that 8 children have tragically died in a shooting right here on Linwood Avenue in West 79th. The youngest we can report is 18 months old. KSLA's Peyton Manuel has been here all morning to give you all the first alert with everything. She'll be popping in and out simultaneously. I'm KSLA's Julia Daughtry. I just got here to the scene and we're working to make sure you all have the most up-to-date information. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment in the chat. We're still working to get you all some more answers. There's a lot of questions. It's early into the investigation, you guys. So some of those questions you may have may not be answered at the moment, but we will be sure to keep you first aware and first alert as we learn more details about this shooting. Give us a few seconds. We're going to let you all kind of see what we can see right now. Guys, please bear with us. We are using technology. So like I said, we are on Linwood Avenue.
So at this point, they're just kind of watching y'all the house to see what's going on, any movement.
Hey you guys, this is reporter Peyton Manuel with KSLA News 12. Just popping in. Me and Julie are going to be kind of switching off of each other to kind of give you the up-to-date information that we have. I'm going to adjust this here so you guys can kind of see a little bit better what's going on. So everything that we're told is kind of happening in that gray house right over there that has like the little steps up. Unfortunately, that's where police confirmed where the majority of the victims were found. This is a home. This is a residence where this all occurred. Zoom out here so you guys can kind of get a full picture. You can see a lot of car units over there. When I was here earlier this morning, it was about 20 units here on the scene at least, and then it went up to 29. This was a man. The suspect was a man, police said. He is deceased. Police had to follow him over into Bossier, and they say that's where police shot him. Yes, as far as we know, the last information that we have is those 2 adults in the hospital. I can't confirm that those 2 adults are women. I can't say that now. Last information that we have is that they are in the hospital in critical condition.
Those were 2 of the 10 victims. The other 8 victims, unfortunately, are deceased. This is on West 79th Street, the intersection of West 79th and Linwood Avenue that you're looking at right here. This is in Shreveport, Louisiana, ma'am. Thank you guys for joining. We appreciate you so much. Please just keep checking back here on Facebook, KSLA News 12 website, and download the app as well. This is an ongoing investigation. There's a lot of moving parts. A lot of information is going to be updated. So please keep checking back where we'll be able to give you more accurate, up-to-date information on all of this. This took place in a home. This was in a residence over right here on West 79. There are some businesses here. There's also a church here, but this whole ordeal took place in a residence. Police said this all kind of started through a domestic dispute. That is confirmed.
This is what really grinds my gears, as y'all say. This happened near a church. Do you know how ironic and diabolical that is? Not only did it happen near a church, but it also happened on a Sunday near a church. When the church is supposed to be the pillar of the community, and we find more wickedness happens around churches than a little bit. More wickedness. This should really let us know. Everybody who claims to be a Christian, go to church, all of this, that we need to step our game up, because there's a problem when all of this demonic activity is happening untouched, undealt with around churches. Y'all, we not praying? Is that the problem? We're no longer evangelizing? Because the Bible don't tell you to sit in the church 24/7. The Bible tells you to go ye therefore. That's what it tells you. Compel them to come. You can't compel them if you're sitting inside of a building. Hello? How exactly does something like this happen next to a church? So you're telling me the church has no power? I come from a day and age where people used to put out a cigarette before they walked past a church. They will put up their liquor bottle when walking past a church, because churches had reverence. They meant something. They were a place of safety. It was a place that had a standard when nothing in the world did. It was a place that had a moral code when you couldn't find morality anywhere. And you're telling me that something this heinous can happen next to a church, and the church ain't up in arms right now? How? Pray tell. These signs shall follow them that believe in my name. That's what the words say, right? So explain to me how a man can take a gun and shoot 8 kids next to a church. If the church don't wake up, everything is going to be destroyed. Y'all think this is a world problem? Let me tell you why it's not a world problem on a Sunday morning. Let me help you out. The Bible says, if I shut up heaven, that there be no rain. If I send pestilence upon my people, if I send da-da-da-da. If my people, which are called by my name. He didn't say if the world. He didn't say if the people who are cosplaying as him. He didn't say if the atheists turn around and start believing. The scripture said, if my people, you know, the one that Paula White tried to quote, purposely did wrong with her trifling. If my people, which are called by my name, because you said you were called by his name, will humble themselves and pray. Come down off your high horse. Take off all your diamonds and your gold and your jewelry. Humble yourself and pray. I don't just want you to pray, but I need you to seek my face like you used to do in the times of old. You know when they used to say, call on the wailing women that they may take up a mourning. You know when they used to have you on the altar, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Let me get some water. Y'all know, if y'all was in old school church, in church Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, when you had to wear a slip and a camisole so you wasn't showing all your goods in church, because the old women taught you that men are turned on by what they see and women are turned on by touch. So don't be in the church visually seducing the men. Come on now. Seek my face. Not the world, not a bag, not money, not position, not power. Seek my face. Hold on. Hear the key part. And turn. That's the part they forget. And turn from their wicked ways. Not the world. Not the atheists. Not the unbelievers. But my people. He said, I realize y'all done got wicked. The problem going on in the world right now is the ones who claim that they are blood-bought believers of the Most High God are now turned wicked. The Bible says if they will turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven. I ain't gonna do nothing until my people get it together. Then I will hear from heaven. I will forgive their sins and I will heal their land. You want to know how a man can take a gun and kill 8 children near a church? Because my people ain't turned from their wicked ways yet. So God ain't heard, so Jesus ain't heard from heaven yet. And the land ain't healed. Nisi said, Jezebel is in the church. Succubus creatures are roaming in the church. Heathens, I tell you. Absolutely. Men and women. Father Locke said it's already compromised. The church been compromised for years. It's full of demons now. And that's why it's hard for them to cast out anything, because it's hard to cast out what you sleeping with. Y'all dwelling on homosexuality, but some of y'all the biggest hoes on this side of heaven. But you want to be particular about which hole you being a hoe in. And we wonder why the world is going to hell. Because y'all focused on damn homosexuals instead of focusing on the fact that sin is sin. I don't care if it's your sin, if it's my sin, if it's your kid's sin, if it's your parents' sin. Sin is sin. And the Bible says all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Your sin ain't no better than mine. Mine ain't no better than yours. All of us need grace. Please don't mess with a me about him. Please. I'm not a me that you can play with when it comes to God. This happens next to a church on a Sunday. And the church ain't in a complete uproar. Baby, I told you, I hope your glass filled to the rim. Because, yeah, she on one tonight. Let's go.
Hey, you guys, if you're just joining, this is reporter Peyton Daniel with KSLA News 12. Thank you so much for joining this morning. Just an unfortunate, tragic start to a Sunday morning. Police confirmed that there is at least 10 victims here. This is West 79th Street that you're looking at, also the intersection of Linwood Avenue. There have been 10 victims, 10 people shot. 2 of those victims are adults. They are in the hospital right now, as far as we know. That's the last information that we have, is that they were in critical condition in the hospital. Unfortunately, the other 8 of those victims are deceased. They are also all confirmed to be juveniles. The youngest goes as young as 18 months old.
Okay. Tell me anything?
Matter of fact, Father Lock, not even just that. How about set up some initiatives? Y'all getting all this money in. People paying tithes and offering. People giving in your $100 lines, your $500 lines, your $50 lines, your $5,000 lines. Hell, didn't Marvin Winans lock the door for $15,000? You mean to tell me that nobody in the church stopped and said, let's set up an initiative for these women? We see all this domestic stuff going on. All these men running around the church as security with guns and all of this stuff. You mean to tell me you can't set up an initiative so that these women, when they don't feel safe, they have a way to get out safely? But y'all sitting with mega churches? Where's your mega homeless shelter? Where's that at? Where? Where's your mega domestic abuse shelter? Where's that at? Where's your mega youth facility that's getting these babies off the street, teaching them a trade? You remember back in the day they used to have that ranch on TV where you could send your kids to the ranch and they would always ask you for your old cars that you don't use no more, because they taught them boys how to change oil, how to change tires. You mean to tell me with all these mega churches in these cities, all of them can't come together, sit around the damn table and say, look, our city, our kids, and our youth are in trouble. The women are in trouble. What are we going to do about it? Come on now. Argue with your mama, not me. Please. And FYI, I got some argue with your mama, not me merchandise coming out. Stay tuned. It was supposed to be on here for y'all, but for some reason, Spread Shop is tripping. I'm guessing I got to do a store through somebody else, but stay tuned.
Hey guys, So like I said, little information is known at the moment. We have to put you all on mute while we confirm information. We will rather confirm and have it right rather than we give you all the wrong information. We are having some conversations in the background to confirm things with police. So if you see that we're mute, you guys, it's not that we're ignoring you. We're just trying to get the right, accurate information to where we can bring it to you all so you will be first aware and first alert. Now, just to reiterate and give you all some context, we are here on West 79th at Linwood Avenue, the 7800th block of Linwood Avenue, where we can confirm 8 children are dead. 2 people are in the hospital after a shooting here right off Linwood and West 79th. We're still waiting for Shreveport police to let us know some more details. Like I said, if we go on mute, you guys, we just don't want you to hear inaccurate information. We're going mute just so we can gather things. We would rather you hear the correct information versus if, you know, we're talking and getting things together and you all hear something that's incorrect. We're still working with Shreveport police to find out a little more information to give you all. But like I said, we'll be sure to keep you first alert on all things happening here. We currently have 2 reporters here, myself, KSLA's Julia Daughtry, and also KSLA's Peyton Manuel. We're having some family conversations out here. I don't feel like that's appropriate for our social media, just to be respectful of the family. This is a tough time, but what we can say is we are on Linwood Avenue in the 7800th block, right off of West 79th, where we can confirm 8 children are dead, the youngest being 18 months old. We don't know the full ages, we just know the youngest is 18 months old, and we have multiple crime scenes, 2 in Shreveport, 1 in Bossier.
How you mad at an 18
a lot of information
month
I just threw at you guys.
Exactly. Please help me understand that. How do you get so mad at the mama? Because I'm sure that's what this was about. How do you get so mad that you go and unalive your own children? How? Ladies, if y'all don't be more careful to who you open your legs to. Yeah, I keep telling y'all, women love from between their legs. We don't know how to separate sex from love. That's the problem. When the pecker feels good, we fall in love with the pecker, and because we're in love with the pecker, we think it's love. That's why half of y'all flip out when you no longer have the pecker, because that's what you attach value to. You better start being careful who you opening your legs to. You better start stopping and asking yourself, is this somebody I want to do 18 to 21 with?
Guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop that in the chat. We are still working to get you all the first alert with everything happening. Police got here early this morning. We had an early morning show. As soon as our KSLA's weekend anchor, Peyton Manuel, heard about the situation, she came out here and she hopped straight on Facebook Live with little information. Peyton has been here all morning. We had KSLA's Andrew Wellman going to Bossier, where that suspect, we can confirm, is deceased in Bossier. We spoke with Bossier police that told us it was a high-speed chase going from Shreveport to Bossier. We don't know the details about that. We only can confirm that a suspect is dead, according to Bossier City Police, and Louisiana State Police are investigating that high-speed chase leading into Bossier.
Because there's family members involved here.
Range from 18 months to around 13 or 14 years old. That's what Shreveport police said. The youngest does go as young as 18 months old. Hey you guys, this is Peyton Manuel with KSLA News 12, just hopping on here for a second just to answer a couple questions I just saw. The suspect did not shoot himself. Police shot the suspect in Bossier. That suspect is deceased. Yeah, we're hearing that the victims range from 18 months to around 13 or 14 years old. That's what Shreveport police said. The youngest does go as young as 18 months old.
So we're still in the 300 block of West 79. This was turned into a very extensive investigation. We have 4 significant crime scenes, 2 of which here in the 300 block of West 79, but 1 on Harrison Street, and then 1 in both parishes. The initial indication is a domestic incident. Responding officers came to the 300 block of West 79, at which time they discovered a large crime scene at a residence in this location. 8 these juveniles range from age from 1 to about 13 to 15 years of age. The officers then learned that the suspect in that case performed a carjacking right here near West 70th and Linwood, at which point in time, one of our SPD DWI officers observed the vehicle, attempted to conduct a traffic stop. That resulted in a chase into Beaujeu, at which point in time, the individual exited the vehicle and our officers did discharge some weapons, resulting in the death of that defendant. At this point in time, that case is being investigated by the Louisiana State Police. So we don't have any more information about the shooting that we were involved in. However, what we know here on 70th Street is that this is a domestic incident. We believe the offender in this case did, in this case, execute some of his own exact relationships. We do know that there is 2 adult females that were shot, one of which was in a romantic relationship of some kind. So we're going to determine if that is a wife or what that relationship is. Once we have a full picture of everything, we can determine the exact age of the children. The way that we can describe these scenes is really unlike anything we've ever seen. It's clothing we're seeing most of our officers. They probably have some lasting infection. So this is something that's going to affect their families forever.
You don't know the location in Beaujeu where this suspect?
It was in a neighborhood, I believe, called the Tyrone neighborhood. I don't want to give them a lot of because that's the Louisiana State Police's case. However, we do want to reiterate that this is not a public safety threat right now. The individual that committed this heinous act is dead. And we're proud of the manner in which our officers handled that situation. And we just really, our heart goes out to all the families at all levels.
So LSP is involved in looking into cases right now here.
Yes, Louisiana State Police is only investigating the aspect of the officer-involved shooting. That's standard procedure. Anytime our officers discharge our fire and result in the death of someone, we're going to bring in an outside witness. Even though there's no suspected wrongdoing on our part at this point in time, that's just our standard operating procedure with transparency. That's something that the citizens asked for several years ago. We're happy to provide with that, but at this point in time, it's one of the questions we want to first. But at this point in time, we don't think violate the policy procedures.
Because as far as you know, if it's a BCPD officer involved, the shooting of the LSP is investigated.
No, it's Shreveport police officers.
Oh, okay.
Can you describe the sequence?
But you do believe there's just one
sorry.
assailant suspect?
Yes, there's just one offender in this case. He committed these actions. We were working. We believe there was possibly multiple firearms used. Had everything was killed.
As we know the manner of the death of the suspect, he was actually chased because he shot.
He was shot. He was shot. There's no indication. It's that he used firearm. Strange gunfire. I'm not sure.
So basically, I'm sorry y'all can't hear it. It's their audio, but he's letting them know again about the suspect. The question was asked about the suspect. He's letting them know the suspect was shot. Suspect was shot by the police. From what I can tell, maybe the suspect got out of the car, attempted to raise the gun, or shot at the officers. They returned fire, is what he said.
This is a operation. 3 crimes. One of them is incredibly recent. It's going to take several hours.
So now he's talking about the 3 different crime scenes that are involved in this. There's the crime scene where the mom was at. She was shot in the head. There's a crime scene where the children were at. Excuse me, the children were unalived. One of the children was able to escape. So one of the 9 was able to escape. The other 8 were unalived, along with another woman who was shot. That woman ran to a neighbor. I don't know if she was shot there or if she was shot at the house and ran to get help. However it went, she got away, was able to call 911. That's where we are right now. 3 different scenes with this one crime. All scenes have victims at the scenes.
The suspect, and also is it a Shreveport?
I do believe he lived in Shreveport. We know him. We know who it is. We release him.
I'm sorry. He also mentioned that the crime scene that the children were at, it was so gruesome that it was going to take hours for them to clear the scene.
We still need to make sure, because there's family members involved here, that we don't release his name before all of next of kin can be notified. So, that's the reason we're not releasing the name. It's not out of abundance of caution for the investigation, more so that we can notify all the individuals who are family members and victims.
And who lived in that house again? Who was it? The suspect, or how was the connection to that house? What's the connection?
I know some of the suspects showed up. I'm not sure if it's we're working to put all of that together right now, because between the house on Harrison Street, these residences here, we know he had ties to both residences, whether about romantic relationships or kin. We're working to put all that information together.
With the 2 adult women, there was an adult woman who lived there, and then an adult woman who lived in that house over there?
Yes.
And they both had some type of connection to him?
Yes. Yes, I know one of them at least was romantically involved.
So what about the update with status on the women that were taken to the hospital?
I know one of them is like seeing this issues. It spreads our resources, so there's still aspects of this that we are gathering information. Hospital officers, officers of these locations, and so information is preliminary. If they change, that's why we're not giving exact ages, because at this point now we're not entirely sure. But knowing that they are children, very small children, some of them, and they appear to have been executed.
And the woman who got shot on Harrison, she's the one with the life-threatening conditions?
That's my job.
But that's a residence, not a business. I see a sign there. Is that right?
No, the house behind us, that you see, the gray house, right, is the house in which 7 children were located inside that were deceased. There was an additional deceased child that had tried to escape from the residence on Confidante. I can't stress that enough. The officers were the same.
You said the one child who shot. There was one child found shot in the brown house.
So that brown house is where calculated to she was at.
So I'm gonna pause this for a second. Y'all can't hear it anyway. It's garbled. But this is a picture of the mom. It was just sent to me in my messenger, and I wanted to make sure I uploaded it to share with you that a picture of the mom and the mom's name, the dad's name, has now been released in this case. It says, please send a prayer up for this mother, Shaniqua Elkins, and the 2 additional survivors who have not yet been named. So we do know one of the survivors is another woman. The other survivor is the 9th child. This morning, Shamar Elkins, 31, that's young. How at 31, this is your thought process, to unalive all of your children, the mother of your children, go on a run from the police, pull a gun on the police at 31. If y'all don't think it's time to pray, I don't know what y'all waiting on. I really don't. Carried out an attack on his own family, taking the lives of 8 children, ages 18 months to 14 years old. He also injured his wife, another adult female, and a teen who was injured after jumping from the roof to escape gunfire. Shamar Elkins was fatally shot by police. On social media, it says that Shaniqua and Shamar married in 2024, but dated for over a decade and shared multiple children who are also victims in this case. Shamar was also a military veteran. Military vet. The one place that teaches you discipline, teaches you it's supposed to. That's what they say, right? Discipline, self-control. And I can't say they don't, because my son is in the Air Force. And my son talks all the time about how when he was in boot camp, all the discipline they gave them and how they yelled at them and all of that. He said it wasn't the physical that took them through there. He said it was the mental that they go through. So this is a military man with military training that snapped. That's a whole nother conversation. That our military people are getting out of the military and they don't have any help, any home, any therapy, nothing. Just let them out the military and back into regular life like nothing changed and expect them to be okay. Not saying that's in this situation, because there's nothing that could cause you to take the lives of your 8 children. That you can't claim PTSD with that. You can't claim post-traumatic trauma and pull the trigger on 8 children. But I wanted you guys to see her face while we're letting the police continue to talk.
Two of those victims are 2 women. They are in the hospital. Corporal Borderline confirmed that one of those women was believed to be shot in the head and is believed to be in critical condition. They're both believed to be alive right now, as of right now, in the hospital.
The one that she's talking about, I do believe is the mom, because I believe she was the first victim in this situation. So she's in the hospital unless there's been some change. And if there has, please drop in the comments and let me know so that I can go look for it. But unless there's been some change, she is in the hospital fighting for her life.
And the other 8 victims, unfortunately, are all deceased. They're all juveniles as well. Shreveport police also say they believe that some of these children were descendants of that suspect. It's unconfirmed, but that's something that's believed to be true. They also believe that the 8 victims, the 8 juveniles, had some sort of relation. We don't have. Yes, this will all be on TV. Sorry about the noise. We apologize about the noise. Just trying to give a recap right now. We can't reveal the shooter's name right now, the suspect's name right now. I can't say that he is deceased. Police are waiting to contact all of the direct kin to the victims. Once they believe that the direct family members are informed about this tragedy that's unfolded this morning, they will then release the identity of the suspect to the media. They're just trying to be very considerate of this very tragic time. So they're going to hold that information, his identity, for now until they believe that all of the close of kin relatives are contacted about what exactly happened here this morning. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you if you've been joining us. If you've joined us this morning, you've been watching all this morning. Just a lot of, it's kind of just very tragic right now. Not a lot of words that you can really use to describe what's happening. But just make sure you check back here on Facebook. Also check our 2 shows later this evening. You can check our KSLA News 12 website, download the app for more push notifications. This is going to be a lot of information that's coming out, not just today, but I'm sure throughout this entire week as we get more details of what exactly happened. We can confirm that this did all kind of start from a domestic dispute. Yeah, just to reiterate, because I'm seeing a couple of questions about the suspect's identity. Police are waiting to reveal his identity. People are waiting to reveal the identity of the suspect just in respect of the family. Once they have contacted the kin who are in close relation to the victims, they will reveal the suspect's identity. So they're holding that information right now. That is what Corporal Chris Bordelon just told us in that brief little interview that we just did. Yeah, this all kind of happened in that house, that gray house. I can also confirm, according to police, that one of those two women who's currently in the hospital, believe, ran from that house to another house off in the area and was able to call 911 before she was shot and injured. And again, that suspect did make his way over to Bossier. There was a carjacking that happened. He was able to make his way over to Bossier, but police were able to catch him. He is deceased. Yeah, I can just also confirm, police believe that some of those children were descendants of the suspect. It's something that police are looking into in the investigation. They also believe that there was some sort of relation between all of the children. Police also said that one of the two women was romantically involved with the suspect. Yeah, that's a good point. Police have made it clear that this person is no longer a threat.
So y'all, this is a picture of the suspect in the case. This is 31-year-old Shamar, allegedly the individual who was unalived by the police in this case for unaliving his family. So I wanted you to be able to see, a picture of what the suspect looks like. Let me see if I can make it just a little bit bigger. Ladies, listen. Listen, it's okay to be alone. Alone means all one. Some of y'all got a problem being all one, so y'all jump into anything with anybody just to say you have somebody. Some people are just there to drain you. They're succubuses. They're energy leeches. They're there to drain you of everything till you have nothing left. And then they're coming for the little that you have left. Not because they love you, but because they want to see you drained, empty, dry, broken, shattered, brittle. That's why they always come when you're vulnerable, because that's when they feed the most off vulnerability. Some of y'all got people in y'all life that's just feeding on your vulnerability. They're not there to add to it. They're not there because they love you. Some of them even popping kids in you. Do you know why? Because they know what they get with you. Not love. They know that you're the only one gonna put up with their bullshit and keep coming back for more. That's why they stay. Stop letting these individuals drain you of everything that you have. And by the time you realize it, it's too late. Then everybody running around talking about, I don't know what happened, but I know he loved her. They were in love. Y'all don't even know what love is. Don't even know. You've never been introduced to it. You never seen it. You seen everything but love. That's why you call toxicity love, because you don't know what true love looks like. And you keep falling for everything that doesn't represent it. This is sad. Let's continue.
This case, this situation is not a threat to the public. The suspect is deceased. And they say that that was the only suspect tied to this case. Yes, you guys, this is in Shreveport, Louisiana. This is off of West 79th Street in Shreveport, Louisiana. This is what you're looking at right here, West 79th Street.
So that's all that I'm going to show with that one. I did want to get into this story so that you guys can see what's been going on in Shreveport with these babies, y'all. 8 babies who haven't had the opportunity to live, to experience anything. One barely recognizing where they are. 18 months old, can barely talk, can barely move on your own, can't take care of yourself. Children with their whole lives ahead of them, with futures planned out in their eyes, with imaginations of what they want to be when they grow up, gone. Because one coward, because abusive men are cowards. It don't make you tough to abuse individuals who aren't as strong as you, who don't have the ability to fight back. You use the gun on unarmed people. That's a coward. I'd rather y'all go back to the days of dueling. Meet out at high noon. Than to walk up to somebody that you know you got the one up on and pull a trigger. Coward. All of y'all, these gangs and I'm so sick of guns. I don't know what to do. Get rid of them. All of them. Wipe them out. Police, people, everybody. No, y'all don't know how to deal with them. Nobody has emotional control. Half of the police have no emotional control because they don't have no damn training. They're dealing with people in the street with no damn emotional control, and they got no emotional control with switches. Get rid of the damn guns. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think it's going to take to change this narrative so that we can stop waking up to stories of babies gone. One story, 2 babies in a suitcase. Another story, baby in the freezer. Another story that we gonna cover. I'm just getting all the details for. Man finds out his girl had a baby. He didn't want her to have a baby. Wanted her to have an abortion. She gets out of the hospital. He kills her and takes the newborn baby, 2 days old, and throws her into the river. All to please his girlfriend who didn't want to deal with another baby mama or a baby. And y'all don't think it's time to pray? Y'all don't think we are in a crisis? Y'all don't think it's time to stop worrying about color? He's white, she's black. Black over everything. White power. Shut the hell up. All of y'all sound damn dumb. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think. I want to get into this quick update. And when we covered this on yesterday, and I showed you guys the Zuri Zanzibar Hotel, and I was meaning to say when I was on the live, it was interesting that there were no animals, because all the videos that we had seen about this case with Ashlee Jenae, they were showing her and Joe with the animals. Well, someone came out yesterday on video and said that the hotel that they were actually at came out and they were upset because everybody was associating the pictures of them with the wrong hotel. So guess what, y'all? That means another location has now entered the chat with this Ashlee Jenae story. So now we are not only dealing with the Zuri Zanzibar hotel that they checked into, we are also dealing with the Safari Park Adventure. And this is the Serval Wildlife Resort. So apparently, before Ashlee and Joe checked into the Zuri Zanzibar, they were actually staying at the Serval Wildlife Resort. Now, I want you to look at some pictures from the Serval. Now the pictures are starting to make more sense. Yeah, I told y'all yesterday, and I don't know why I didn't mention it. Did y'all like peep tea yesterday? When we was looking at these videos that, hey, where are the animals? Something is wrong about this hotel because we don't see the animals that they showed on the happy birthday pic. That's because it wasn't the Zuri. It was the Serval. So as you see, different people in the images at the Serval Wildlife Resort. And look at it, the little baby giant. Y'all, I would love to do this. Oh my goodness. So you're able to be out, be with the animals, feeding the animals. Ooh, I'd be so nervous with my child next to them horns. This is absolutely gorgeous. How could any tragedy happen in any areas remotely as gorgeous as these two hotels? This is a gigantic bird. So as you see, the little cabins. So the animals are all around you. Little monkeys. Oh, this is a gorgeous picture. That dress is gorgeous. So let me see if they have any pictures of the rooms. Hold on. I hate it sometimes it don't scroll in OBS. So it says the ultimate wildlife experience, a wildlife sanctuary and luxury ecotourism resort offering an exclusive and unparalleled experience tucked away in the Siha district of Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. Our 1,100 square foot, 110, what's M2, y'all? Villas feature panoramic views of Mount Kilimanjaro and Mount Meru. Each villa has porches and seating areas for our rescued wildlife to come say hello. Our carefully curated ecosystem thrives through direct revegetation of over 5,000 hand-planted endemic flora beneficial to our animals, continual planting 200 to 500 trees on a monthly basis. So basically they're trying to turn it into a rainforest. So this is actually where they were. So apparently they have come out, and let me see if I can find Servo's response. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Hold on, y'all. There you go, so you can read it. So, this came from Servo Wildlife. It says, we would like to take a moment to address the recent news regarding the passing of the influencer Ashlee. Name spelled wrong, but, you know, tomato, tomato. First and foremost, we extend our deepest condolences to her family, loved ones, and all those affected by this tragic loss. Our thoughts and prayers are with them during this very difficult time. We would like to clarify that the incident did not occur at Servo Wildlife. Now, here's the thing. The crazy part about this is it almost made me feel like the situation with Agent Orange's wife, when she came out and did that whole impromptu press conference on Jeffrey Epstein, and we was all sitting back looking like, what the hell? Girl, ain't nobody sent for you. Anybody asking you no questions, but we asking now, because who told you to come out and say anything? Like, that's why I keep telling some of y'all need to learn how to exercise your right to shut the up. Why would they come out and insert themselves in this like this? Because now you're a part of the investigation. So, as confirmed in the statement released by the Zanzibar Police Force, the incident took place in Zanzibar. We knew that. Ashlee visited our premises and had a positive and enjoyable experience, which is clearly reflected in the photos and videos shared on her own social media. She left our premises in a happy and good condition. Like, who asked them this? This statement was like so unnecessary and so unneeded. We also wish to clarify that the video currently circulating online are from her time at Servo. She did not share content from Zanzibar, which may have led to confusion regarding the location of the incident. When did anybody ever mention Servo? Like, I just heard about Servo yesterday. Up until yesterday, everything everybody was saying was about Zanzibar. I even showed the videos from Zanzibar to show you the hotel in Zanzibar. So, the Zuri Zanzibar, to be correct. This statement is just kind of off to me. Out of respect, we have chosen not to repost or use her photos or videos on our page, as we do not want this to be seen in any way as marketing. As a team, we stand together with her family in this moment of grief and ask for understanding during this time. Thank you for your continued support. I'm confused as to why they're asking for understanding. Understand what? This don't have nothing to do with y'all. Y'all almost like the serial killer that takes the doggone trophies after all of they red runs and decide to return to the scene of the crime because you want to be a part of it. Who told y'all to say anything? You could have kept it to yourself. Nobody said that any incident happened at Servo. So why would you come out and make this kind of statement? You trying to take shots at Zuri? Y'all, please. I'm over people, businesses, and politics at this point. So y'all listen, we are getting ready to transition because it's a little after 10 o'clock. We went 3 minutes over, but we did pretty well. Y'all listen, I am going to get ready to start the other live. It is going to be, hold on. we're going to be switching over to another live so that we can do our panel debriefing. And on this live, we're going to be discussing, you can discuss Ashlee, you can discuss what's going on in with the 8 babies losing their lives. You can also discuss what's going on with the Tyrone Davis case. We're also discussing David. If you guys didn't get a chance to look at it, take a look at the video on yesterday. We discussed everything that's going on right now with the David case, which is basically nothing. They've arrested this boy for absolutely no reason at all because they don't have any evidence. They pissing me. I'm so sick of the police right now, and not for the reasons that y'all think. I'm sick of the police because what are y'all doing with investigating these cases? I'm really confused as to what's going on with investigations. Y'all just making anybody detective, clearly. So we're gonna get into that. Hold on, let me get a chance so I can get ready to start the live. Hold on. Still here, just setting it up. What I'm gonna do, y'all, is I'm gonna start it with our countdown to give everybody a chance to get over there. Hold on one second. Y'all so patient. I love y'all so bad. Like real bad. Y'all don't even know. Sometimes coming over here and being in the Champaign City with y'all, it makes some of the stuff that I'm dealing with so much more bearable. Just being with my gang. Do you gang bang? Hold on. No, that one. This one. Okay. Do that. We almost ready, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right, so we got it set up. We all ready to go. So thank you guys for joining me tonight in the Champaign City for a little sip, savor, and spill, for a little champagne conversation, for a little fizz and felonies. Thank you so much for your like, for your watch, for your share. Please hit that subscribe button. Also the notification bell so you'll be notified when we jump into whichever sector we jump into for another show. Consider supporting the channel. Hit the like button. Hype up the video. Consider hitting the Cash App because we not monetized. So all the stuff that you see over here is done by me. I'm a one-woman show. And it's all done free of charge just because I love to produce. That's why. So if you want to help with the productions, you can hit the Cash App. It would be greatly appreciated. The Cash App is pinned in the description of every video. Be prepared to join me in about 2 minutes over at the other live. Also be watching because our champagne store will be launching. It is called the Champagne Factory. I don't know why it's glitching right now, but it's not me, it's them, and we're trying to figure it out. So stay tuned because we do have some merch in the store that I want to show y'all. Champagne Gang, FizzFam, Confidants, and visitors to the Champaign City. Always remember, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, baby, it's causing you to depreciate. Now raise those glasses, clink, and let's drink till we meet again in about 2 minutes at the other live. Ta-ta.
Watch the whole damn town submit.